All right, buddy. You're looking at Katy Purry, the dopamine coon cat. She's resting. We've been covering some cool stuff about cats from a National Geographic, The Secret Life of Cats. Before I got a cool section I want to read to you guys. I think you're going to find it interesting. Before I do, though, I want to tell you what's going on. She's sick. She has upper respiratory infection, and anyway, I have some medicine. One's missing. That's a story. All right. So what it is amoxicillin, clavulinate, and potassium tablets. 62.5 milligrams. So what happens was I thought that I thought they would be a good way to deliver the medicine is either that or drops. And I decided to do the pills because I thought I could crush the pills up in her food. And when I went to pick them up, they went, "Oh no, no! When you crush them up, they taste terrible. You just have to give them to her." So here's what I tried to do. This is currently now. Listen, she's a baby. She hasn't had a lot of snacks, but this is currently her favorite. And this flavor in particular, chicken and cheese. She freaks out over it. So what I did was I ripped the top of this open. I took the pill, which is about the size of a baby aspirin, okay, and I stuck it in the tip of this. And I want to make this kind of a short video because I'm in agony. My back is bad. I canceled the live stream for tonight because that's an hour long. This won't be an hour long video, but it won't be too long because I'm in pain. At any rate, I stuck the little aspirin, the little pill inside of this, and I started squeezing it, trying to trick her. She spit it out immediately. So I had to pick her up, open her mouth, stick it in her mouth, and kind of hold her mouth shut and kind of hold her until she swallowed. She wasn't happy, but immediately I started squeezing this, and she was happy after that. So that's going to be the routine. But so since I got my cat, this is the first time she has had proper medicine to deal with the problem she's had. So she is going to be herself, and the great thing is she's almost 8 pounds. She's pretty much 8 pounds, growing like an absolute weed. You can like watch her grow. At any rate, this is the part called the social life of cats. I thought this was interesting. Now, group living is a relatively new phenomenon for cats. Except for lions, most species in the cat family are solitary hunters who don't live in structured social groups. Data from radio collared wildcats show that even their closest cousins, Felis sylvestris libica, which is the African wildcat, they remain solitary. So, taking some social cues in the very few weeks and months in the life, kitten's social group help teach them everything they need to know about the world around them. One thing that we don't really think about, and this occurred to me when we get kittens. They're not super stoked about humans. The bottom line is this: whether they were born in your house and the mom is your pet, and regardless, that kid when you get it, it's feral. Isn't that really what the bottom line is? That's really what we're dealing with. So you're taking a feral cat and making it loving, and that's how it happens. In free roaming cats and wildcats, kittens learn what to hunt and eat based on their mother's behavior, preferences that can last a lifetime. Vegetarians say that exposure to a wide range of food flavors and textures as young kittens may help cats develop a broader palate. Kittens also learn feline manners from cats around them, including bite inhibition. Like human children, cats and kittens use their mouths to help explore their world around them. In this context, biting is normal. But a chomp uh, from a cat can also hurt and cause injury. Katy Purry bit me. She was doing that. She's just figuring stuff out, and her teeth are like razors. They're just unbelievably sharp. And she squeezed down on my arm, and man, several. I don't mean one or two, but several teeth sunk in, and I immediately was bleeding. So it was sort of crazy. Um, Biting another cat too firmly during play may cause the cat to stop playing. As a result, kittens learn how to soften their bite, especially with more dominant cats, and that's why they're very, very gentle. Before we go on, I want to read you a little bit of an interesting part I found about introducing another cat into your home, because this is what we did. Before I read this section, let me tell you how we did it. We had Squirrel, which was pretty close to a 4-year-old tortie. She's a female and loaded with tortitude. Now, Katy Purry was a little girl when we got her. She was weird is the weird thing. We haven't had her much more than a month, and she was much smaller than Squirrel when we got her. And now she's the same size as Squirrel. And I mean, it was quick. I was on video saying I think it's going to take 30 to 60 days, and she'll be bigger than Squirrel. She'll be bigger than Squirrel next week. It's crazy. So anyway, so when we got Katy, what we did was this. We took Katy and quarantined her in a room by herself. Not by herself, with me. I was with her 24/7. I made videos in the room with her. I took her but she slept in my room. So I literally was 24/7 with the cat and did not give Squirrel, our tortie, the ability to see or touch or have access to Katy Purry. So what we did was we did a door separated them, and what happened is for 3 days they sniffed each other under the door. And what happens is this: the scent of cats can determine their age, the gender, so much about another cat by their scent. So had we just opened the door, like if we got home and just put the kittens together, or the little kitten with Squirrel together, it could have been disastrous. It may not have, who knows. However, the way we did it really, it was wonderful, because on day 3, I think it was day 3, we just opened the door and they knew each other. They knew each other's scent. There was no, there was no growling. There was no hissing. Cats growl when they're angry. They don't hiss when they're angry. They do that when they're scared or nervous. And there really wasn't even any of that. And at night, for the first week or two, we kept her in my room at night, just so that she wouldn't roam the house and wake people up and do kitten stuff. And then about 4 or 5 days ago, I began opening my door in my bedroom at night and letting her roam around. And she chooses to sleep in my bed with me. I go to bed, leave the door open. She does her thing. And when she gets tired, she comes to my room, jumps in bed with me, and sleeps by my head. And so the way they hunt together, when I say hunt, they sit in front of the window, look at the bird feeder, and that's their bird hunting. So they aren't really they aren't sleeping together. They certainly have slept together on the same couch, only a foot separating them. They've not cleaned each other, like groomed each other yet. I know that's coming. But I will tell you this: there's not been any hostility, no claws out at all, no fur flying, no fights. And to be very honest, they have done far better than Tommy and I were, because we discussed it ad nauseum. So they're doing much better than we thought they were going to. But now here is what The Secret Life of Cats from National Geographic says about introducing another cat into our home. And by the way, we had a female and got another female. And we did that for a reason. Now, some things I did investigate. She's dreaming. Do you see my cat dreaming? It is said that Maine Coon cats do very, very well. They're very friendly, and they do well if you have an existing cat. And we found that to be true. But anyway, let me tell you what they say. Thinking about adopting another cat? Okay, we'll talk to your vet about whether your cat would do well with another furry friend. Some cats are happiest being the only pet in the home. When bringing a new kitten home, keep it physically separated from the original cat. Being introduced to the cats by allowing each to sniff a blanket or toy used by the other. Oh, I forgot. We did that. We had toys of squirrels in here, and we would let her play with toys and then do the same. So I forgot that we did do that. Next, pet one cat, and then without washing your hands, pet the other just to begin mixing their scent. We did that. After the cats adjust to this, let them see each other while separating them by a door, stairs, or a child gate. We did not do that. Once the cats seem comfortable with each other, let them fully meet. Be sure to reinforce the benefits of these visits with special treats and lots of attention. Even if your cats don't become fast friends, giving them a special place to call their own, including their own litter boxes and feeding dishes, stops potential fights. They have eaten out of Squirrel has eaten out of Katie's dish, and Katie's has eaten out of Squirrel's dish while they were present. So they're chilled. These guys have their dispositions gel very very well together. Like we couldn't. So we had no idea how cute this is. Oh, my feet. Are you sleepy, little girl? Huh? Are you sleepy? Oh, her tongue is sticking out. Her tongue is sticking out. So cute. What are you doing? I said this in a live stream this morning. He's never done the kneading, making biscuits, and I don't know if it's because she wasn't bottle fed. Do you guys have any thoughts about that? It's not that she's an affectionate. This girl, listen, she thinks I'm her man. She loves me. I'm her. She thinks either I'm a cat and I'm her mate, or I don't know what she thinks, but she certainly thinks I'm her dude. So if she was going to be making biscuits, she would have already. It's weird that she doesn't. Anyway, let me get back to what I was saying. Although domestic cats may retain their ancestry preference for solitude, both feral and house cats have shown flexibility about their social situations. Free living cats may be loners or live in groups called colonies. The size of a colony will vary depending on how much food and space is in a given territory. Kittens will generally stay in the colony until they're about 12 to 18 months of age, although some cats may strike out on their own earlier, and others may remain with the colony for life. Boy, is she a beautiful cat. Do you see that face? Honest to goodness. What a little face she's got. I know. I know. It's pathetic. Anyway, cat social groups are matriarchal. So colonies are generally made up of related female cats and their offspring. Sexual mature males are ejected from the colony, or they live on the periphery. Fringe players there, girl, watching from the distance, like the kids in high school during dance, standing against the wall. Here's your tomcat. All right, so cat social groups are hold on a second. All right, kittens are often reared together, okay, with mothers taking turns nursing, hunting, and guarding the babies. Even in colonies with many members, cats continue their long history as solitary hunters. This history means that cats, both domestic and free living, don't have the same type of ritualized submissive signals or obvious pecking order as dogs. Instead, feline relationships are complex, being cemented with the equivalent of a secret handshake that scientists have yet to fully decode. That's funny. This distinctive social structure means that, it means that my cat is cuter than your cat. I'm sorry. Look at that. It's so adorable. I'm sorry. This distinctive social structure means that a cat showing dominance in one area, such as being first to eat any scrap left by humans, excuse me, um, may not in another, such as mating. Any existing hierarchies frequently assert themselves at feeding time. Researchers know about this behavior from feral or community cat colonies that people feed. So it's not clear exactly how much this occurs when humans aren't around. While individuals who regularly feed free roaming cat colonies say it isn't unusual for larger, more dominant cats to eat first, they also witness colonies allowing the lowest ranking kittens to feed first. I mean, cat's great. Other studies of free living cats. Don't you love how they say free living and not wild? Did you notice that? Did or not? I think it's kind of cool. Other studies of free living cats show that aggression among toms or non neutered males is common as they will fight over access to food and to females for breeding, as well as to stake out their territory. Neutered males have smaller territories and are generally less likely to defend them. Felines' lack of a strong evolutionary history of dominance, hierarchies, and social interactions may mean more hissing and displays of aggression, but disputes among cats are less likely to escalate into full blown fights. making feline friends. Over the past several decades, researchers have begun to understand some of the basics about how domestic cat bonds with another. Cats will often form affiliative relationships with certain other cats, not unlike human friendships. These relationships are most common when cats don't need to compete for food and among closely related individuals, such as littermates or a mother and her kittens. Scientists think that this close, regular physical contact helps cats share their scent, which creates something similar to an olfactory friendship bracelet. So just being around a cat long enough, just their scent, they're like, that's cool. You get very accustomed to it. All right, the growing understanding of the importance of social bonds among cats has also revealed that a cat may be social, but with other felines, but not with humans, such as a feral cat with that has limited previous contact with people. Or a cat may be social with humans, but not with other cats, as an orphan kitten who was hand raised by a caring human. Just as with humans, different cats will thrive on varying amounts of social interactions with their own and other species. That'll do, Donkey. She's been very, very talkative. Um, like every day, she becomes more talkative. This morning, she was chatting up a storm. It was talking up a storm. She's very, very cute. So, very excited that she has antibiotics in her. I have to give her her next one is like midnight. Oh, look at the little face. What are you doing? You comfortable? Huh? Grab her, pull her out of there, kiss her face, and put her back in the basket. Let me tell you something. I have a really cool relationship with this cat. She loves me. She thinks I'm her man or cat, whatever. She really is an adorable cat. I've had a bunch of cats, but I've never had one like this. The color, the changes in her colors are amazing, and how furry those feet are. I don't know if the camera's never going to do it justice. I wish you could just like so furry, and they're huge. With glorious toe beans. Look at those toe beans. Anyhow, I'm going to take some more aspirin and get to a hard, flat surface. I can't sit any longer. But that's Katy Purry, the dope Maine Coon kitty. I'm just her human. By the way, if you haven't subscribed yet, please do subscribe to the channel. You're going to watch. I have her harness. We're going to be live streaming her at night with a collar with a camera on it. There's a lot of very, very fun content coming. She's going to be a swimmer. So I think we may even start training her on swimming next week. So, and all that entails is me getting in the pool and trying to get her to come to the edge where I am. In time, she'll get in with me. But that starts. It may start as early as next week. But please subscribe to Katie's channel. We need to get to 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of view time, and we currently are closing in on 500 subscribers. And we're an awful long way away, but that's okay. No real hurry. We have a beautiful future with this kitty, but do share this around. We want to get a wheel for her. I want a bunch of there's a whole bunch of really cool cat stuff I want to get her, but I want the channel to be able to pay for it. So we got to get this kitty monetized. So share this around, tell people about it. If you haven't hit the subscribe button, please do. Watch a bunch of videos, check out some of the shorts. And thank you so much for supporting this kitty. Once again, Katy Purry, the dope Maine Coon kitty, and I am just her human. See you tomorrow.